We should be live right now. Let's see. Oh, there it is. It's beautiful. Let's see. All right, let's bring that down. There it is. Boom. Boom. Like seriously, come on now. That's like super exciting. I don't know if like you're as excited as I am, but dude, seriously, we're about to take you guys, expose you to the entire world. You guys are so used to hiding and just dealing with these awesome elite clients of yours, and we're about to just give you the internet, like all in one stream.
And that's funny because I am a lot more comfortable just in my little one-on-one bubble all by myself. But
we're gonna expand that bubble, brother. We're gonna expand that bubble. It's just too small of a bubble for all the content you guys provide. So we gotta go.
And no better audience than 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle. I'm stoked. I won't do it for anybody, but for you guys, Alex, love you guys.
I'm just glad we have a relationship, brother. That's all. Because you guys are about to get this. It's going to be awesome. I'm just so stoked. Okay, so let's see. Testing live webinar. That's going on now. All right, sweet. I think we are set.
So can I bring up my camera, or am I just going to be faceless?
Oh, I'm so busy working on the other stuff. No, I mean, seriously, like guys, when we tell you we have a mystery guest, we literally have a mystery guest.
Witness protection program style.
Yeah, let me get you going here, brother. Cool. Let me see here. How do I get you to be able to video settings? Oh, that's a different one.
Yep. I keep trying to bring it up, but it says its host has stopped it.
Yeah, I gotta switch it out. Okay, hold on. Usually I have a button here. Come on. Who can share? Someone else sharing. All panelists. Usually I have this thing where I can just change the enable. We definitely want to get you that. Hold on a second. Where we go? Participants, Brad. More. There it is. Got it. All right.
All right. Let's see if it'll bring it up now. Hey, there we go.
Yes. Awesome. Cool.
Video live streaming. Look at us.
Video is live.
Good
and we're
stuff.
And I'm even ahead of schedule. So I guess, should we welcome some of the people on?
Sure.
Let's do this. So I know you can see the chat box as well. So that's awesome. So we're going to get this rocking. So, hey guys, welcome. Hey, Adam, welcome. What's up, Bill? Carol, Charles, what's up? What's up, Chuck? Hey, CJ, good to see you. You guys are going to love this. Corey, welcome. Dick, Gina, Heather, welcome. What's up, Joel? Hey, Kim, good to see you. What's up, Maysoon? Matthew, Patricia, Ray, Regina, Robert, welcome. What's up, Sheila? Sheila, I look forward to seeing you at the event. I think you're bringing your whole posse as far as I saw, so welcome. What's up, Rickster? I like that. Rickster. What a cool name like that. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, what's going on there, peeps?
What's up? So, Brad, this is one of our awesome co-founders. I like to
keep Jerry.
Everything a surprise until the event.
Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me on, man. I feel blessed to be on, so it's going to be an exciting day.
Being here, my friend. Absolutely.
What's up, Tom? It's Tom. What's up? What's up, Tom? We got a bunch of Toms. And Versi, you're on the line. Hey, guys, welcome. So we're going to get started. I think we're already streaming live. Jerry, if you want to just check the community Facebook and our YouTube and just make sure that your sound is on mute, so that way we don't have the echo. And then and so Jerry is going to be patrolling and making sure that anybody that has questions, if you guys are joining us on Facebook, you can ask your questions like over here, and Jerry is going to answer them for you at the end, okay? So you guys can be able to see everything, be able to have access. You can be able to do all these really cool things, okay? So what's up, Carol? Carol says fantastic. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So guys, thanks for joining us. And I think we got about 2 minutes. So any fun facts you guys want to share?
I want to know where people are from. Have some people type in the chat box where you're coming from across the country.
Where are you guys calling in from? And Jerry, you check Facebook. I'll check over here.
Cali. I'm hanging out in Cali this week. Nice.
We got St. Louis by Tina. Sweet. So guys, just so you know, he's actually down here.
Regina, we're in Utah. That's where I'm from. Charlestown, West Virginia, Palo Alto, Ohio. Nice.
Ohio's in the house. What's up, Arizona?
Cedar City, beautiful place.
Alex, are we on the fan page or inside?
No, on the fan page, brother.
Yeah, we
should be live right now. I think I just checked it a second ago. Do you see it? Okay, so thumbs up means yes, right?
Cool.
North Carolina.
You guys all over the country. We're represented, I think, just about everywhere. It's good to see.
Gonna be awesome.
Exciting stuff.
Let me check one other place here just to make sure I got this down right.
Go Big Red. There we go. Nice. Love Nebraska. Western New York. Good stuff.
Sweet. We're live. Jerry, look at it. It literally launched right into it. This is so freaking awesome. Oh my God. I love technology. Jerry, look at it. Literally launched right into it. This is so freaking awesome. So that's how our webinar is officially starting.
We're getting you twice.
All right. I think we got everything. All right. Are you ready to rock? Let's get this show on the road.
I'm ready to rock. Because of my setup here, I'm just running off a laptop. I don't think I'll be able to see comments as we go. So either Jerry or Alex, if something important comes up, feel free to stop me. If not, we'll try to leave a little bit of time at the end to kind of scroll through those.
No problem. And guys, if you're on Zoom, you can type it out in Q&A. If you're on YouTube, or if you guys are on Facebook, you guys are going to be able to comment at the bottom, and just feel free to comment. Jerry's patrolling those so we can be able to see everything. Okay. So let's get this show on the road, guys. Let's get this rocking, and let me launch this. Where did I go? All right, so guys, welcome. Thanks for joining us here on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. We've got myself here, Alex D. We got Jerry Maurer. We got Brad, who actually lives in Utah, but he's actually literally 30 minutes south of me right now as he's attending an event in Huntington Beach. So this event's actually hosted by 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle. Thanks for joining us today. And what we actually do is we license digital products, and we show people how to make 100% commissions in a franchise-like, done-for-you online business model, okay? We're going to talk more about that at the end. But before, we're going to share with you one of the products that we just launched, that so you guys can see some of the value. And this is pure free content for you. You guys are going to get absolute tremendous value. And today, what we're actually focusing on, we're going to have Brad and Ryan. Now, Brad and Ryan are awesome individuals. Brad is the one representing the team today. They are the founders of Atlas Wealth Solutions. Ryan here, Ryan, his business partner, has actually worked with a Fortune 500 company. He's done investments. He was able to get out of that rat race and do investment full-time by the age of 33. And Brad actually is an ex-Goldman Sachsman guy. Okay, so but don't hold that against him.
Yeah.
Because he got super smart. He basically built out, he actually left that to start a consulting firm. They've worked with 24 companies that have taken him public. So what's so great about that is over that 3-year period when they did that, he started his own firm. Now he just loves to invest, teach, and educate others on how to be able to break free and protect your assets and do things a little bit differently, okay? Now, what's so great is they usually only work with the super elite and 7-figure clients, but they've taken time out of their schedule because of our relationship with them. And they're going to share with you a very different way of thinking, which you probably have not heard about in investments, especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs. Because when they shared this with us, it literally shifted my entire paradigm on how I see investments. And by the end of this, you guys are going to discover how to really think about investments. And it's absolutely huge. It's going to be very different than what you're used to. So without me ruining this, I'm going to turn it over to Ryan and Brad here. And oh, by the way, did I mention they got 8 kids between them? So for those of you who are always like, oh, you can build your business and you can actually have kids. Yes, you can have a balanced life. Without a doubt. And these guys are literally the examples of that. I've enjoyed all their Facebook posts is always of them and their families traveling, being able to spend time with their families. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, you already took control. So
look at that.
It's all you. Look at that. So take it away, my friend.
So just quick recap there. This is Ryan. He's not with us. He's here. He's in my place at the event that we're at, and I'm here with you guys. So it's nice to have a business partner because we can sort of divide and conquer. So like you said, he was at corporate America making really, really good money, but realized that there was more to life than traveling, commuting, all the stuff that goes with corporate America, and was able to build investments such that he exited the rat race by the age of 33. Okay. And then my path was similar, although a little bit different. I've got an accounting background, Wall Street background, partner in a consulting firm by the age of 30. So again, everybody looked at me and said, Brad's got it made. He just needs to sort of live that American dream. But what both of us realized in this process is it's one thing to be an investor and it's one thing to go that route. But Ryan and I, we realized that we were driven to do more than that. Like we had the dream of mojitos on the beach and relaxing now from 30 on for the rest of our life and doing nothing. And that lasted really a matter of days, maybe a week for us. And then we realized, okay, there's more to this, right? We need to be contributing. We need to be expanding. We need to be active still. And so Ryan and I had put together what is now Atlas Wealth Solutions, and we began teaching financial strategy, is what we call it, to entrepreneurs. And we're going to get into all the reasons why, but after we achieved the success kind of for ourselves, that was our driving and our motivating factor, was to help other people understand the lessons and the rules and the information that we learned through this process. Okay. But we do want to stop here and really make this clear. Like that's what we've done, but that's really not who we are. Okay. Who we are, Alex, you already kind of resulted. This is who we are. This is what drives and motivates me. This is my 3-year-old, right? And she is in love with her dad, and I am her heartthrob, and it is amazing. And like I said here, if anybody knows how to keep them 3 forever, let me know, because that's what I want to do, right? And this is Ryan. His son has just turned 12, and they're out taking on adventures and conquering the world together, and it's so awesome to see. There's a quick shot of my kids. We took them. This was kind of last vacation before school started. Ryan with his beautiful wife at a concert. Again, more of my wacko kids. They like to roast marshmallows, but the protection is necessary, right, for that. And then the way Ryan and I run our company, this is him hiking in the beautiful mountains of Utah with his family. But this is our boardroom. Okay. This is the way we run our company. Okay. We hike every morning, Saturday, 5:30 a.m. and we hike up somewhere in the mountains. And this is where we talk and strategize and get things done. And what we really stand behind is we want to live a life on purpose. Okay. We want that. And so when it comes to the money and the strategy and the advice that we're giving, it's through this lens, not of simply making the most money possible, but it's about structuring yourself and your life in such a way that you get to live the life that you want. And Alex, this is the reason we agreed to coming on and speaking to your audience, because this is exactly what you guys at 8-Figure Lifestyle or Dream Lifestyle really represent as well. This is what you're helping your members try to achieve. Am I right? You're muted.
Absolutely, brother. And that's the part that brought it up. But what I loved about, what you're about to share, guys, it's very different than what I've ever heard in the investment realm. As that's my background. So I'm really excited about what you guys are going to share. That's going to literally fundamentally shift how people see investments.
Okay, perfect. So this is what we want for you guys. Whatever your version of what you want out of your lives, this is the frame that we want to bring that to you with. Okay.
Hey, Brad, we lost you there, buddy. Your audio just came out.
I was like, we lost him, and then Alex walked away.
Am I back?
Uh-oh.
My bad, brother. Go ahead.
How about now? Am I back? Okay, we're good. Alex is now muted, though. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Dude, I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we're good. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was going to introduce you to one of my longtime mentors, Mark Ford. He's done all this stuff here. He's worth probably a few $100 million. And he is in the reason I want to talk about him is in the financial publishing marketing space. Okay. So he's the one that is teaching in all this wealth strategy that we all hear about, cryptocurrencies and gold and silver and options trading and stock market, everything we think that is investing. And he wrote one piece that was really, really interesting. And I had a chance to sit with him in his cigar bar. He lives in Florida. And we talked about this concept. He said, if it'll advance, there we go. The investment industry is a multi-billion-dollar business based on a lot of good things, hard work and clever thinking and sophisticated algorithms. But embedded in this is one teensy-weensy lie. And this is the lie Ryan and I discovered, which is why I sought out Mark for his advice as I was making a transition out of Wall Street into business ownership. Okay. He said, this is the lie. The lie is that you grow wealthy through investing in stocks and bonds. Yet this is what we're all told, right? We're all told to get an education, get a good job, give our money to Wall Street, and then it will all work out. Correct? And everybody's probably thinking, yeah, that's what I've been told. Okay. But this is the lie. This is not how really true wealth is created. And what you on the webinar and everybody listening to 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle are beginning to realize is you have in your hands the way to create true wealth. And it's not through stocks and bonds and even real estate and some of the things that Ryan and I like to do. Okay. So what I want you to consider for this webinar is everything you think you know about money is wrong. Completely wrong. And there's 3 reasons. Okay. So we're going to cover those 3 reasons today. We're going to touch on the title of this webinar, which is the skill that is going to make you more money than you maybe have ever dreamed of is also the skill that's going to destroy you as an investor. It's going to be your Achilles heel. And we're going to cover that as well in the webinar. Okay. And then we'll wrap it all up at the end. So reason number 1 is we need to understand the mindset and frame of an employee versus an entrepreneur. Okay. As employees, right, this is kind of what we picture, right? Who's had this job before where they went in, drove to a job they hated, sat in a cubicle for 8 hours, drove in traffic home, and their only motivation was to get out. Okay. This was Ryan in his corporate job, right? His only motivation was getting out. So all of the investing, he had no control over how much money he could make. All he could do was save as much of it as he could, give it to somebody else and hope that he could escape. Okay. So, and
by the way, everyone's raising their hand, Brad.
Everybody's saying, yes, this is them, right?
They're like, yes, this is us. Some of y'all can relate to this. Totally, right?
And the problem is the advice that we're getting is constructed for the employee. If you think about the tax advice and the investing advice, it's all structured around this model of save a portion of your income. Don't worry about how much you make. Just save a portion of it, defer your lifestyle for 40 years, and then hopefully you'll have a little bit of time to enjoy it on the back end. Okay. And that doesn't work for the entrepreneur. How many of you know who this man is, right? This is Alex Charfin, right? I like when he spoke the first time, I was like, wow, like we are on the same wavelength. Everything he talked about nailed me to a T from an investor standpoint or from an entrepreneur standpoint, from my personality, the way I view the world. Like I remember he spoke from stage. He says, I never wear stripes because whenever I look down at my shirt, it feels like the stripes are yelling at me. I was like, oh, and now I can explain to my wife why I only wear solid colors. Same thing. I was like, wow, you totally nailed me. But he talked about this idea of entrepreneurs are not driven the same way employees are. It very quickly, it becomes a conversation, not about money, but about momentum. Okay. And not about money, but about impact. So what we want to do with our money, what we want to do with our wealth, like we want to take care of ourselves for sure. But after that, it's about impact and it's about staying in momentum. Okay. So that's the fundamental difference. And most of the people giving you advice are not entrepreneurs. They have no idea what that world looks like. They're employees themselves subscribing to the same plan that they're trying to tell you should do, which is save your income and wait for 40 years. Okay. We call these advisors Goldfish advisors. The reason we call them that is there's, I don't know where the joke came from originally, but there were 2 young goldfish swimming one direction and they pass an older goldfish. And as they swim past each other, the older goldfish says to the younger 2, hey boys, how's the water? And the 2 younger goldfish get a confused look on their face and swim a little bit further. And one turns to the other and says, what the hell is water? Okay. And it's this idea that if we're inside the fishbowl, if we're inside the water, we can't see, we can't understand a different world. And most people giving you financial advice today are goldfish themselves that don't know what water is. They only swim in that fishbowl of Wall Street and jobs and employees and can't conceive of anything different. And this is why we felt so compelled to create Atlas and begin teaching these concepts, because no one's out there doing it. If you don't feel like there was a box for you as a kid in school or at your cubicle in your job, well, guess what? There's not a box for you for money either. Okay. So we're going to open up to you the world as entrepreneurs should be looking at money. Okay. So hopefully you're excited about that, because this gets me, Alex, I know this gets you excited.
I'm super stoked, brother.
Okay. So that's reason number one. Everything you've been taught is wrong because it's coming to you from Goldfish advisors. Okay. Now, here's something I want to point out here. Again, we got 5 little kids, so Lego Batman movie is playing probably 24 hours a day at my house, okay? And the whole part of this was the kind of the underlying theme of this was the relationship between Batman and Joker and how they were worst enemies, right? Or Joker was his number one enemy. You, in the investing world, unfortunately, you are your own worst enemy, okay? Alex, to be a good entrepreneur, I know you teach people that they have to be comfortable with making mistakes, right? They have to get out there and try, and they have to realize that at first, so another one of my mentors, Garrett White, he says this. He says, at first you're going to suck, and then you need to keep sucking until over time you're going to suck less. And then maybe eventually you'll suck less so little that you might actually be good, right? And that's the process of this whole entrepreneur thing. We have to try. We have to experiment. We have to be willing to fire before we aim, okay? We have to be able to try and experiment. But that skill set that makes you good at testing and tweaking and experimenting and figuring things out in the entrepreneur world doesn't translate to the investing world. Because if we take risk with our money, what happens? If we lose it, can we try again? Well, no, that money is gone.
Time to build it back up again.
And think about the money that you've earned in the last month and the last year. How much work went into that? Okay. It wasn't, and if you've never thought of this, I really want you to, it wasn't what you did the 2 weeks prior to make the money you made this.
Hey, Ryan, you're cutting out again. I don't know if it's the headset, brother, or what's coming out.
Yeah, he could be on Bluetooth there.
Yeah, it could be the Bluetooth. He's working. Oh, he's going to go old school. We're going to plug it in. I love it.
Better. Is that any better?
Yeah, much better. Cool.
Okay, cool.
We're back.
Okay, here we are. So what I was saying, though, is the money that we make as an entrepreneur really represents our blood, sweat, and tears, right? And if we then take that and lose it, it's like losing a part of ourselves, okay? And it creates stress, it creates anxiety, and it stops our momentum as an entrepreneur. And so from our standpoint, investing cannot involve that. We've got to sort of decouple those skills that make us good entrepreneurs, the risk factor, and we shouldn't be taking that same risk in our investments, okay? The risk that we can control as an entrepreneur, that's where we should take it, and we should systematically eliminate it on the investment side. But this goes contrary to everything investment advisors tell us. They say, if you want to make more money, if you want a better return, what do you have to take?
You got to take a higher risk.
Got to take more risk, right? And you just got to be comfortable with that. And as an employee, that might apply because you have no other way to make money. You have no other shot. So you just got to get comfortable with risk. And if you're not taking risk as an employee, maybe in your job, and it's just show up and get paid every 2 weeks, well, maybe that'll work. But for us entrepreneurs that need to keep our momentum moving forward, it's not a good idea. And we'll show you why in the third secret. Okay. So that idea, that skill set that's making you good entrepreneurs, we cannot translate that to the investing world. Okay. So reason number 2, and this is going to shake people's head, like people are going to scratch their head. The rate of return on your investments is totally pointless as an entrepreneur, completely. Okay. And here's why. You came to 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle to learn to do this. Maybe not be an internet marketer, but make money in your sleep, right? Who likes making money in their sleep? Yeah, it's awesome. Okay. That's why I got into the virtual world and investing in general, right? I want to make money while I sleep. And this is what 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle has given you. Okay. Those that have been here a while and started to see it, they realize it. You literally have a printing press for money. Okay. Alex was telling me some of the numbers and I'm like, dude, if this is true, maybe I'm going to sign up. Okay. He's talking about taking $1,000 to $2,000 in ad spend and turning it into a sale of between $6,000 and $21,000.
That's right.
Okay. And if you can do that on a regular basis, we're talking 600 to 2,100% rates of return on your money. Okay. Now here's what the Goldfish advisors want you to do with that money. Give it to them because they're smarter than you somehow, and you might hope for a 10% annual rate of return. Can you guys see the disconnect here? That any discussion, and if they try to come to you and say they can make a 600% rate of return, well, they're going to jail because they're running a Ponzi scheme. Okay. The only way you can make those returns is in a business with system and automation and marketing and technology and all the things that you're learning here with the 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle. It's businesses that are literally printing presses for money. So we need to understand that this is not a game of trying to give your money to somebody else. Okay. So really what we're wanting to focus on here is you want to get a return on your attention.
Love it.
Okay. You want to be able to focus on the money machine that is in front of you, not cryptocurrencies, not options trading, right? Not those things that are actually going to take you away from turning 1,000 into 6 or 1,000 into 21,000. That's what you need to spend all your time doing. But then you enter this weird world that, again, employees just cannot understand. Okay. Once you start making that kind of money, the question isn't about making more money. Like if you want to go on a trip, you just make a couple more sales and then you go on a trip. If you owe the IRS taxes and you didn't quite plan for enough, well, you go make a couple more sales and you pay for it, right? Money is no longer the issue, okay? Jerry feels that he loves that, right? We just create the lifestyle that we want. The problem now becomes, though, keeping that money. When it's easier to make another dollar than to keep one we already made, now we need a different system to control our capital. We don't need to invest to make more money. We need to invest to keep the money we've already made. Is this making sense?
Totally.
So a completely different frame around it. And again, most Goldfish advisors aren't going to be able to process this. Mm-hmm. Just like some of you.
How many of y'all like this makes sense to you guys? Raise your hand and comment on Facebook. I just want to make sure you guys are following. So your biggest return, so I'm gonna make sure, Bradley, your biggest return is really coming from your business, not from your investments. Your investments job is to keep your money. Your business, if you have a business, is going to get you big ROI. How many of y'all can see that? Raise your hand. So I want to make sure you guys are following because this is so contrary to how an employee thinks to versus with a business. And when you guys have that epiphany, it makes a huge difference that your investments are meant to keep you money. So thank you. I love it.
Yes. And you now have permission. I want to let's drive this home one more time. You are smarter than any investment advisor on the face of the planet, including me. If you gave me your money, I could not produce the returns that you can produce within an 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle. Okay. So you have permission to invest your money there. Okay. All we're going to do is help build an automated system, just like your marketing and all the things are here. We're going to build you an automated system that helps you keep more of it. Sound good?
Love it.
Okay. All right. Point number 3, okay? Why do we then invest? Okay, we already sort of hit on this. We've already kind of let that cat out of the bag, okay? For everyone else, all the employees, it's to get out of the rat race, right? It's to escape. It's to have freedom. You already have that. Now it's to avoid the build and burn cycle, okay? Russell Brunson, he's a mentor of both myself and Alex. And at his last event last year, he told a story. It took an hour. And he, from stage for an entire hour, talked about all of his successes and then all of his failures. And then his successes and then his failures. And he talked about he launched and made $250,000. And then all his merchant accounts got shut down. And then he launched and made $1 million. And then he was on Christmas nailing Christmas lights to his house because 2 weeks later, he thought he was going to have to lay off his entire company. Okay. And I think as entrepreneurs, we understand this. We've gone through this, okay? But it's not necessary. It's because from a financial standpoint, we've not updated our thinking to match how we're making money. we're taking employee mentality around our investments when we're operating as an entrepreneur. That's what is responsible for a lot of the build and burn.
Absolutely.
So if the roller coaster is the problem, we invest so that we're not this little kid. We want to get off that roller coaster. We don't want to be scared about what's going to happen next. Okay. And this is a discussion I've had with Russell Brunson as we've worked with him as a client. Okay. Is what would it take for you to look to the future and say, I'm about to make this move in my business. What entrepreneurs do is they calculate the worst case scenario and then say, am I okay with that? And if we can build, what we want to do is replace the build and burn with the build and stabilize. Build and stabilize. That way, when you look to making the next move in your business, the next investment, we've stabilized where you are right now. And you don't have that fear of then going off the edge of that roller coaster. Okay. And again, this is not the same purpose for an employee, because an employee takes a risk. Well, they just show up at their job on Monday, right? No one's coming to take their house from them, right? And
as an employee, there's no, like, there's a cap. There's no big return as an employee because you're going to make whatever you make, right?
And there's no big bottom, right?
Right. So, and that's very different. So that makes sense for them that their investment, they're looking for a return. Whereas a business owner, as you mentioned, like, you're not like it, you're going to be able to control your own taxes. You're going to be able to, there's no cap. You can control it and be able to increase it. So guys, this is like so important that like, I really hope you get this, because if you make this one fundamental shift that Brad is sharing with you guys, not only will you be able to make a lot bigger returns in your business, but you're going to be able to keep a lot more of your money as you move forward.
Yep.
Take it away, my friend. This is awesome.
Yep. So moving back to that first point of momentum, right? This is how we keep momentum. This is how we keep that cash machine running, is if we get off the roller coaster and we don't have that fear of burning anymore. Okay. And the great part about it is we've got a science behind it. We call our system the art and science of having it all. Okay. There's an art, there definitely is an art part to it. Okay. But there's a science, and we're going to share with you a formula, do A, B, C, and D, and you're off the roller coaster. Okay. And that's what we're going to help people build in. Okay. So for these three reasons, this is why you can go to 5 different investment advisors and get 5 different opinions. Okay. It's the same sort of thing in the health and wellness space, right? You go to 5 different people and someone's going to tell you no carbs. Another person's going to tell you carbs are fine. Another person's going to tell you don't eat any fat. And then somebody's going to say, put butter in your coffee. Someone's going to tell you. And they're all backed up by a guy in a lab coat with data. And the investing world is the same thing. Like, we can show data and stats behind all the different investments and how this one's good or that one's bad. But the real reason why there's such differing opinions in the investment world, it comes down to those 3 principles. Who are we talking to and what are you trying to accomplish? Okay. So the investment advice for you needs to be, you're an entrepreneur, you want momentum, you have a cash machine, and we don't want the roller coaster. That eliminates 95% of the other advice, and it gives us a narrow window to work within. You're an entrepreneur, you want momentum, you have a cash machine. Are you guys getting that echo? Roller coaster. That eliminates 95% of the other. Okay. So with that, there's still a problem. Okay, Alex, tell me if you feel this way too. No matter how much, as entrepreneurs, we always feel like we're being hunted because we don't have that job to come to. We know we have to make the next sale, right? Okay.
Absolutely.
Especially as we're just getting into the business, right? We've felt that. We've gone times with no income, or we've been worried about where that next sale is going to come from. Fortunately, you guys have built such an amazing system that it really makes that less relevant, but it's still there because we only kill what we eat as entrepreneurs, or eat what we kill. Okay. And I asked this question to Russell. I said, he's got a $100 million company, 120 employees. And I asked him, I was like, so is that wolf gone? And he's like, no, bro, it's closer than ever.
It only gets bigger.
It only gets bigger.
Absolutely. The more success you have, the more concerns you have. You want to make sure you protect your family, not worry about litigation, not worry about all the things that anyone that's successful would have to deal with, right?
Yep. Russell Brunson himself still wakes up every morning and feels hunted by the wolf because he doesn't anymore because he works with me, which is awesome. But even those people feel that way. Okay. So all across the board, this is the problem.
Nicole calls it 8-figure problems.
I love them. Okay. More money, more problems,
better,
right?
Much better problems than being broke. Totally. Thanks, Nicole.
But it's interesting. Like I kind of refer to this as the chaos of abundance, right? Without any money, yeah, we got problems, but we also don't have any problems because we can't afford anything. We can't do anything. It's just nothing, right? And as we have more opportunity and more money, we can incur even more problems. Okay. So what we need then to get rid of the wolf and to put that back far enough away that we don't feel hunted anymore is we need to understand what our exit plan is. Now, Alex, you've told me this over and over, like you are all in on 8-figure dream lifestyle. This is you through and through for the rest of time, right?
Exactly. Absolutely.
So when you have a conversation with an employee who's like, I'm going to work till I'm 65 and then I'm going to retire and go do all these things, you're like, I don't understand what you're saying to me.
Nope.
And most people construct finances in a way that's like, I'm going to create a plan so you can stop doing what you're doing today. But again, that doesn't work for us. The traditional exit plan doesn't work for employees.
Absolutely.
I want you to think about your exit plan more like a parachute. Okay. If you're in a plane at 30,000 feet and you're planning on jumping out, if you don't have a parachute, you're terrified, right? It's the worst experience you could ever have. But as soon as we strap a parachute on, now it turns from terrifying, at least to some crazy people, something that's actually enjoyable, right? And we can turn that into a thrilling experience. And this is what we want to do with entrepreneurs. We want to take the fear of jumping out of the airplane away and make it enjoyable, make it a rush, make it something that they can do for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Okay. And as we get off the roller coaster and we pack that parachute, we can actually enjoy the ride. Okay. And that's how we get away from being hunted. If we've got that parachute, we can push that away. Okay. And I know people are like, all right, just tell me what to do already. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. But that's what we want. That's our objective is to strap on a parachute. Okay. And we want to conceptualize it this way. 8-figure dream lifestyle and Alex and his team have helped you move from scarcity to abundance. Okay. Most people are making more money than they ever dreamed of. Am I right?
Absolutely.
And having more success than they ever thought possible. And this is the world of abundance.
And for those of you who are like brand new, your prospects, no matter how you're looking at it, it's still the same, right? You're wondering to know, like, as an entrepreneur, leaving your job as an employee, what's the biggest thing you feel like you're going to give up? You're going to give up the security and peace of mind, right? So as an entrepreneur, how do you do that and still be able to take more risks and yet have this, what Brad calls like a parachute, where that's covered? So because I know that when I've got my parachute covered, I can take more risk as an investor, as an entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
Business, and make that ROI grow bigger. So whether you're brand new or you guys have already experienced success, it doesn't, like, either way, this would apply to you.
Yep. And I wish I had learned this a lot earlier. The earlier we learn it and we start from the beginning the right way, the faster we're going to be able to go from scarcity to abundance. The faster we're going to stabilize that abundance, because that is really our mission at Atlas, is to stabilize abundance. Okay. Make it so that we build a floor to that. And once that floor here is built around abundance, we can now look and move toward this idea of prosperity. Okay.
Love it.
Okay. And here's what that means. Okay. We think of wealth in 5 different areas. Most people think one, just dollar bills in your bank account, right? But we all know intrinsically that that's not true. Okay. We've got physical wealth. We've got spiritual wealth. We've got mental wealth, and we've got wealth in our relationships. Agreed? I think that pretty well, you could fit just about anything into that. Now, in the center here, we've got the one that we all focus on, which is financial wealth. Okay. But if I asked you which of these is most important, you'd say that they're all equally important. You probably couldn't pick one, right? And if I offered you to $1 million or $10 million or whatever the number would be for you to give me your physical health, would anybody make that trade?
No.
Of course not, right? or their relationships or their spirituality or their mental faculties. They wouldn't make that trade. But I'm going to call BS on everyone right now. And here's why. Because the average person spends 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week or a month, a week, pursuing finance and money. How many have given up their health temporarily, at least, for money?
Sure.
I have, right? Yeah. Whose relationships have been strained because money, right?
You got to work a job. Got to do your thing.
Yep. Who have made sacrifices that maybe made them feel more disconnected, right? I have. And that box expands as we pursue it, and it pushes out all the other ones, okay? So what we do is we work to move that box and make it a foundation below the other areas. And as we move that box, something appears behind it. And what's behind there is your purpose. And it allows you, and as we pursue purpose, what it does is it expands all of the other areas of true wealth. So this is how we want to structure and set up your finances. You're going to make enough money. That's not the question. It's not about making more money. We don't want to pursue more money. And maybe you can see now why intentionally I started out with all those Facebook pictures of what we're really pursuing. Okay. And I can do those things. My boardroom is literally the top of a mountain because my money works for me automatically.
That's awesome.
That's
I think you guys do a Saturday morning hike every Saturday, right?
Every Saturday morning.
That's how they literally do their boardroom meetings. Every Saturday they go and like, how can we help our clients more? How can we do this? Every Saturday, that's how they come up with this stuff. So what I love about it, like they don't just teach this, they live this every single day.
Yep. So if this is all true, then what do we do, right? What do we do about this? If everything we were taught about money isn't true, and everybody giving us investment advice isn't for us, and all we want to do with it is stabilize the abundance we've now created through our business, what do we do? Okay. And here's where it starts to get tactile. Here's where you start taking some notes. Okay. And then we're going to expand on this at the live event. Okay. You guys are getting a preview. You're getting a frame to come ready to actually get the meat at the live event. But here's where you can start taking some notes. With investing, for you as an entrepreneur, what we need to do is reverse engineer our success. Okay. Everybody think about this. If I can take $1,000 and turn it into a $6,000 sale, I'm going to budget into my operating expenses money for my ads. And if something happened and that went from $1,000 to $2,000, well, that's still a pretty good deal to turn it into $6,000 or $21,000, right? And I would just work that in as an entrepreneur. I would just solve that problem, right? Okay. Same thing for taxes. I can't control my taxes. Okay. Now we're going to teach you some cool ninja stuff to reduce those, but they're never going to go away. And as an entrepreneur, I just deal with that problem, right? If I need to hire another employee, I just figure out how to pay for those. I reverse engineer what my business has to do to support that. But guess, of all those people, of the IRS and our employees and Mark Zuckerberg on Facebook, if that's where we're advertising or whoever, we spend so much time as an entrepreneur taking care of other people that we sometimes forget to build ourselves into that model. So what we're going to help you do is determine how to build in your exit strategy to your business and reverse engineer what we need to be securing to set that wolf at bay. And you're going to design your business in such a way that you get paid just like the IRS, just like your ad spend, just like your employees. Okay. And we're going to turn you from a salesman into a business owner.
Love that.
Okay. That's the key, is if we can begin to reverse engineer these. But the problem is, again, the solutions everybody else gives you don't work for employees. If I take money and put it in a 401k, can I then reinvest in my business? I'm forced to invest in somebody else's. So we need a system that we can reverse engineer that puts our business at the center. And that's what we're going to teach. Okay. So that's step one, is reverse engineer the success. And that's what the course that you'll get will include these calculations, or you'll be able to meet with us one-on-one. A couple lucky people will, and we'll help you through this process.
Love it.
Okay. Okay. The next part is to understand what phase your business is in. because your strategies need to reflect.
Hold on. I got to ask, how many of y'all excited about this? Seriously, isn't this like the coolest? Like just this one little shift. So I told you guys 1 hour can literally change how you view everything. And this is such powerful things because it's all true and it makes sense, right? But none of us have done it because we've been told otherwise. So I just want to say all the hands are going up. Comment if you guys think this is awesome. Seriously, I want to see it. So comment on Facebook, comment over here. I love it. CJ says beyond powerful. Alexa says, I wish that I knew this 10 years ago. No joke, right? Perfect timing for this information, Sheila says. Nicole says, I love money. Exactly. And you'll be able to keep it and yet still have purpose. Okay. Sorry, because I get excited about this. So
love it. Yes, I can't see comments, so I'm glad you did. So the next piece to this is we need to determine what phase our business is in, okay? And we understand these intrinsically. We're either building, trying to get a business rolling. These are the people that are thinking about starting or just starting, trying to get that first sale, their first 10 sales, really starting to get some momentum behind it, okay? Their strategy is going to differ from somebody who's been doing this for 3, 4, 5 years, right? They're more understanding what an exit looks like and really making sure that that parachute is strapped on nice and tight. And then the people in the middle, we're just trying to stabilize and have consistency with our business, okay? So what we reverse engineer is going to look different in every stage, okay? And we'll work with you. There'll be specific education around each phase and what you need to be doing, not just in the phase, but to prepare for the next one and what's going to help move you, build that automatic base underneath you to be able to move quicker through those stages. Okay. So that's the other piece that's going to be very, very important. Okay. And then finally, this is what I'll leave you with before we sort of wrap up and reveal a little bit of what we're going to do at the event. But we touched on this in the beginning. If we, as an employee, or traditional typical advice is, if we want a better return, we need to take more risk, right? But the entrepreneurs do the opposite. Okay. Alex, when you go to advertise for your business, do you feel like you're just shooting into the dark?
No, because I know my numbers. I'm doing my analytics. I know if I put in this much. Now, at the beginning, before we launched everything, yeah, but right now it's pretty much a science.
It's pretty much just boom, boom, boom. We know what's going to be happening.
Exactly.
So what we reject that idea of taking more risk. So as entrepreneurs, what we do is we first focus on, increasing our control. That's number one. The more control we have, the more money we're going to make. Okay. And then anything that we pay attention to, remember that return on attention, it has to generate a high enough return. This is why I want to give you guys permission to ignore traditional investing and focus on your business, because the return is worth it. Okay. And then we're going to work to systematically decrease two things. We're going to decrease your risk, both within your business and with your investments. Okay. He who takes the least amount of risk actually wins. Okay. And then the last thing is we're going to focus on making sure that we reduce to whatever extent we possibly can our taxes. That's the number one destroyer. Once we've made money, that's the number one destroyer of our wealth.
Yes,
okay?
It is.
So increase control, increase return, decrease risk, decrease taxes. We call this the Entrepreneur's Playbook. Okay. This is going to be the box that you will find yourself fitting in. So if you thought the whole time, raise your hand, said, yes, this all makes sense. This all applies to you. This is your box. Okay? This is why we created it for you, for people like you. Okay.
Customized just for, all the hands are going up, by the way.
Sweet.
Customized just for entrepreneurs. This is awesome.
That's it. That's the only people we talk to. That's the only people we work with doing this. Okay. All right. So quickly, what we're going to be, what I wish I really could have got to today, but I couldn't because I needed you guys to have space to understand and hold this message, is what we really teach our clients. Like the meat of this is we teach there's one asset that you should focus on. There's one investment that you should be making, and there's one strategy that brings it all together. Okay. So our involvement, what our role with our clients is to help them understand and implement the strategy, to leverage that asset and repeatedly make that investment. Okay. We're already coming up on 45 minutes into the webinar, so we're obviously not going to dive into the detail here. That's what we're going to share for the live event. So that's why you got to get like this stuff right here. If I may be so bold, Alex, this information here will pay for your ticket.
Total.
Pay for your hotel and pay for all of that if you just come to get this, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's why I need you to come to the event and listen to this and share and understand this piece. Okay. It will also be in detailed recordings in the back end that Alex is going to talk about that we're putting together for you guys. But this is how it all comes together, is understanding that asset, understanding the investment, and understanding the strategy. Okay. And then before Alex does this thing, what we do with clients, like I said, is we help build their game plan, this step-by-step progression of what we need to do. Okay. We help with that strategy. And then our firm brings the education that we've been introducing you to, but the education only takes you so far. How many people have read a book and said, that sounds awesome, but now I have no idea what to do?
It's all about implementation.
Okay. It's all about implementation. So that's why we bring you the very team members I use. My CPA will be your CPA. Who wants to work with my CPA? Yeah, it'd be awesome, right? My attorney is your attorney. The people where I find my opportunities, right? Where I put my money, the things that I do are now yours. Okay. We bring you into our world, and we don't just bring the education, we bring the team and the opportunities all together in one place. And guess what? This is the exciting part. It's only for entrepreneurs. So everything we're talking about, my CPA, he's also an entrepreneur. So he gets the discussion. He's never going to tell you, max out your 401k, right? The opportunities aren't the ones that are like Wall Street, 3% returns and fully taxable, okay? They're the right opportunities for you as an entrepreneur, okay? So this is what we've created to be able to link up with you guys and help keep the ridiculous amounts of cash that 8-Figure Dream Lifestyle is going to help you make, okay? But here's what I want to end with. Alex, I'll turn it back over to you. I want you to think about 3 questions before you come to the event. If we don't have answers to these 3 questions, there's nothing I can do for you. I can't even start, okay? You first have to ask yourself, what do you really want? And if the answer is money, you know already intrinsically that's not right. It needs to go deeper than that. Yes, money is a tool. Money is a facilitator. But money is really only a mirror, okay? If you don't have, like, if you're a jerk and you don't have any money, nobody knows it. But if you have a whole bunch of money and you're a jerk, now it's a mirror and everybody sees
you're a bigger jerk.
Yep. Okay. It just enables you. It just allows you to be who you really are. So you need to really get clear on what do you want? And then ask yourself this question as to why does it matter? Because if we don't have a why, then you will not succeed. You'll give up. It'll be hard. It'll be difficult. And you won't push all the way through. So ask, what do you want? And then why does it matter? And it's like peeling back the layers of an onion. If you say, I want this, ask yourself why. And then ask yourself why again, and ask yourself why again, and really get to the core of that. Okay. And then the last question, this ties into our strategy. This is what I need you to get to this question, answering who do I have to become for that to be a possibility? And then I will help you answer the question of what does your business have to become to make that a reality?
Love that.
Okay. So bring answers to those 3 questions, bring that frame, because as we go through the number 1 asset, the number 1 investment, and the number 1 strategy is going to bring so much clarity to you saying, this is what I've wanted all along. And now I've got a path. Now we've moved money to the base and we're expanding, because that's what it's about. Okay. Alex.
Guys, I love this. How awesome was this? Seriously, he just covered an entire philosophical way to think as an entrepreneur in less than 45 minutes. And I love this. So I had an opportunity to hear him to do that and just completely fundamentally shift things. So we're going to spend just a couple, whoever has questions, guys, type it out. CJ says she can't wait to meet you. Such valuable information.
Hold the horses here for a second. That was, I just have to butt in for a second. I mean, Brad, I don't know what planet you're from, but you literally came in at the right time. I just want to applaud you for that 45-minute, just steamboat of a lesson there. I think it was phenomenal. I'll tell you, when you even talked about taxes and how you can reduce taxes. Just there's so many reasons why anybody that's certainly you guys watching this right now, you need to be at this event. He's going to drop the bombs, and he's going to be a playbook waiting there for you. And then I think he also shared how some lucky people are going to be able to get some one-on-one time. So I think people probably heard that. And I think, Alex, you may need to talk about that.
I'm going to be sharing that and stuff because we have such good stuff, guys. When I heard them about, it's like everything he said makes complete sense. That's why we had to share with you guys. And why is such a great partnership? Well, I'll talk about in a second, but I just want to slow it down for a second. Who has questions? If you do, type it out in Facebook. And if you guys have questions, type it on Q&A on Zoom. We're just going to take 2 or 3 questions because we want to limit this to a certain amount of time, be respectful of y'all's time. But anybody has questions about investing as an entrepreneur, the philosophy, how you guys should be able to do on protecting assets, type it out now. If you don't, I'm just going to keep rolling because you guys know nothing slows us down. We're going to keep going. But if you guys got any questions, we're going to take some time now. We're going to answer a few. So if you see any there in Facebook, let me know. And I'm looking at the Q&A, or you guys can type it out in the chat.
Just real compliments, awesome stuff. This is just awesome. Just amazing. Just everybody's just all green lights here, Brad. So
cool.
I think you blew them away, my friend. That's awesome.
Okay.
All right. So if nobody, this is the first time, I don't think we've had a presentation yet, or we've done a webinar where people are so blown away they didn't have any questions. That's pretty cool. Anxious for more at the event. That's what
I was just hoping he could show the foundation part again, where you went back to the money and you show the money at the bottom.
Listen, Jerry is hogging the questions for himself. He's like, well, no one else is going to ask. As a founder, can I ask a question? Sure. I love that. So what I love about that, guys, look at that. So the foundation is your money. So basically the idea is that that's what protects everything else that you're working for, which your overall goal is your purpose and living like a well-fulfilled life, right?
100%.
That's what I see. You got a question on that, Jerry O?
Just loves it.
He just wanted to see it. He loves it. He's like just Michelangelo. This is great. All right. So if you don't mind turning over the reins, my friend, I'm going to go ahead and take this home for everybody. I want to thank, man, Brad was just awesome. So let me show you guys this. So guys, we just covered the Q&A. So if you guys are here on as a guest and you guys just got this valuable content, just imagine what this 50 minutes should now shift your paradigm on how you see investing, okay? Because here's the key. As a guest, by now you guys can see how you can think differently about investments. As an entrepreneur, that's what you should have learned versus an employee. And what you guys just basically got is that it's not just your job to be able to make money, but your investments job is not to make you a higher return, but be able to keep your money. That is the investments job, right? So where do you get your best ROI is your business, not your investments. That was the big epiphany that we had, that we were like, oh my God, I got to get him on a freaking call so he can share this because that's so huge. Like that is so different than what anybody else has been taught. So that's why we had to have him share. So now there's 2 parts to that formula he shared. Your investments, which are your job is to what now? Keep your money. Keep your money. Everyone says investments. Keep your money. What do you do with investments? Everybody say it with me. Keep your money, okay? So where do you get your best ROI is actually your business, not your investments. So if that's the case, for those of your guests, speaking of businesses with a nice return, which Brad, when I shared with him our numbers, he was literally going insane. So here's what we do. Maybe you guys have always wanted an online business. You're like, how can I make these kind of an ROI? But you just didn't know where to start, right? Well, what if you had access to products like Brad and Ryan's here, where it showed you not just how to be able to keep your money and protect your assets while building a business that makes you cash flow consistently online on a monthly basis, okay? Products like how to develop long-term wealth using Facebook communities around your passion, how to generate cash flow using Facebook ads to any product or service, right? How to get ranked on YouTube with $0 ad spend. Seriously. So guys, that one product has now made me over $500,000, $512,000 to be exact, in less than 13 months alone. Just one product, okay? And how to be a master persuader to get everything you want. We've got one product that will literally show you. Now, Brad might need this. I don't know. He's got 5 kids, but it will show you how you can even win with your spouse.
The hardest sales I have to make are with my spouse and kids. Are you kidding me? Bedtime? Yeah. Hardest sale I've ever had to make.
I always say kids are the best closers because they don't know what no means. They keep asking, can I have a cookie? No. Can I have a cookie? No. Can I have a cookie? No.
Fine,
Okay.
right, shut up and have a cookie.
Yeah, okay, exactly. So we're going to show you that by someone who actually teaches billion-dollar companies how to do that. Those are the products that we have and much, much more, right? So now imagine if you could not only have these products to be able to market and sell any product or service online, but wouldn't that be great? How many of y'all think that'd be awesome? Raise your hands. Comment on Facebook. Like, heart, share. Do it all, baby. But what if, not only that, but if you guys didn't already have a business, what if we gave you the license to these products like Brad and Ryan's, and you guys were able to make 100% commissions? Guys, not 50, not 30, but 100% commissions.
Guys, I'll jump in here, Alex, on one thing. And you had to twist my arm to do this. What we teach and are going to put in your back end, we only share with our six-figure earners. Those are the only people that have this information as of right now. By the end of the event, you will have access and 100% rights to them.
So guys, think out how huge that is. Literally learning what everyone does to keep their money, how they become billionaires is literally what you guys are going to be able to learn here, right? So that's our model, guys. For those of you who are guests, imagine being able to have products that are ready to go and you have all the marketing, the closing, the presentation, it's all done and set up for you. And what if you could start for 15 to 20 hours a week and build up to making a 5-figure consistently online within 60 to 90 days? Now, if you guys don't know us, don't interpret my enthusiasm for hype. If you notice, we're not going to tell you about a business that you're going to make money and money's going to fall out of the sky. But if you guys have 15 to 20 hours, we're going to show you how within 60 to 90 days, you guys can consistently make 5 figures a month online, okay? So that's a real solution that can work around your schedule, okay? So here's the next step. Get back with the person who invited you here and request a link to watch one of our on-demand webinars right now. If I were you, I would even hold off, watch it right after this because you guys are not going to want to miss what we've got coming up. And what it's going to show you how to do is how to build a legitimate online business where you guys can not only be able to have the automation, you can have the outsourcing, and you guys have the support in place to get the 5 figures a month online without, and here's the best part, without having to know how to market, without having to know how to sell and tell, and live mentors that are already there in our business who in the last year and a half, when I shared with Brad what we've been able to accomplish in the last 18 months, his mind was just literally blown. And he said, you know what? It's because of businesses like yours that I do what I do, because I know that businesses get the best ROI for people. So it's like a perfect marriage for us. So for those of you our guests, guys, make sure you do that. For all your members, the products are now exclusively for elite clients, will be in your back office by the time of the event. How many of y'all love that? Oh my God, all the hands are going up. Comment right now if you guys love that. I want to hear it. And not only that, those of you who attend the event, here's what I asked Ryan and Brad. I said, listen, do you guys mind doing something for our members? They love the business model. Say, Alex, we're going to do something special for you. I go, what if we could get just 2 or 3 people that are at the event and we can literally give them a complete wealth analytics session is what they call it. It's literally like going from beginning to end. They look at everything you have and they give you their entire analytics broken down, guys, where you can, guys, not only be able to preserve your wealth, but protect your assets and keep them, essentially give you that safe haven so you guys can work on your business, right? So we're going to draw tickets, and for 3 lucky winners, they're going to do that for you guys. So for those that event, you guys are going to be able to have that, okay? So now I want to thank Ryan and Brad for sharing this awesome content. I know Brad is the one, but I always think of you guys as partners, so we're going to give that wonderful kudos to him as well. I want to thank you guys for attending. And for members, start booking the event now, guys, because you guys get a chance to meet both of these guys. They're going to be able to speak on stage. And most importantly, you're going to hear the next step. Today, they gave you the psychology behind it. When you come to the event, they're going to give you the strategy. And when you put those two together, and he told me, and he's right, you can't give the how without the why. So today we covered the why you need to think that way. They're going to give you the how at the event. And what's the best part is by the end of that session, you guys are going to know how to protect your assets, have a peace of mind for your family, knowing that they're safe and secured for the long term. And for guests, get back to the person that invited you to our on-demand webinar, guys. And listen, you guys watch the webinar. You're going to love it. And for those of you that's a match, we look forward to speaking to you guys after and showing you guys how to develop a 5-figure a month in this business online and doing it consistently. Okay. So with that said, we ran right on time. I want to say thanks to everybody. God bless you guys. We love you. And guys, we'll see you guys on the webinar. And
I'll see everybody at the live event.
We'll see you guys at the live event. Thanks, Brad. Brad finishing it off for us. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jerry. Bye, guys.
All right. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. It was awesome.